The Big Ten is putting out symbols across the conference, whether it's equality messages on jersey. The importance of the initiatives really underscored here in Minneapolis as the city continues to strive to heal in the months following the death of George Floyd. United as One is designed to eliminate racism and promote empowerment and inclusion in our society. You're going to see that from teams throughout the day, and certainly from the teams who will play here in Minneapolis tonight between Michigan and Minnesota. You see Rashod Bateman's jersey. He's coming off a splendid season last year, Maria. Gopher fans weren't sure that they'd be able to enjoy an encore, but they get the start of a meaningful one tonight.
Well, you're right, Reese, and Rashod Bateman was the Big Ten wide receiver of the year a season ago, and he's done so much, whether it's catching touchdowns on Saturday or it's reading to students at an elementary school during the week. I mean, he is a leader in this community and even calling for social justice and tolerance and love. But we weren't sure after he opted out due to COVID concerns, but when he opted back in, he said this 2020 season, his teammates and even his jersey number take on a new meaning and are even more impactful.
Big news. Minnesota wideout Rashod Bateman has opted out of the upcoming season.
The coronavirus pandemic has caused many to rethink their playing status.
Take me back to August 4th when you decide that you had an intention of foregoing your junior season.
You know, the reason why I opted out is strictly because of COVID. I have asthma, and in June, I contracted it, and I had it, and I had a tough experience with it, but, you know, I made it out. There was no COVID protocols put in place until the day that they announced that we were having a season. And when they announced that, I was like, I want to be back with my team.
When you decided to come back, you also decided to go with a jersey change. What was the reasoning behind your number change?
And with everything going on in 2020, with social injustice, I'm blessed with this platform and I want to use it to the best of my ability. With the number change is 0, I can do that. You know, that's 0 tolerance here on this Minnesota football team. We never had a problem with racism. You know, I just encourage the world to be like that.
You started out junior in high school, you get your one scholarship offer to Minnesota, and then flash forward to now and you've been a Bolitnikoff finalist. You're on a team that has 11-win seasons. How would you describe your journey?
It's even crazy to be in the position that I am. Like I see you like interviewing all these other stars, and you know, like now I'm on a Zoom call interviewing with you. A lot of it's just still surreal to me, and I'm just taking in all the moments.
Well, Rashod Bateman was a superstar well before that interview, and he's a young man that's extraordinary, and we've got his extraordinary coach now joining us. And Coach, let's talk about him, because Rashod, the first thing he said is PJ Fleck is like a father figure to me here in Minnesota. How would you describe your relationship with Bateman?
Well, he's like a son. Just like all of our players, he's like a son. And, you know, you're never going to be able to replace somebody's father, but there's some that need that type of influence a little bit more than others, and Rashod's that type of individual. We've built a bond and a connection that's incredibly strong. He's got Row the Boat tattooed on his forearm. I wish he did that before he signed, so I wouldn't have to worry so much. But he is a special, special person, and he is a son to Heather and I.
Yeah, he has a commitment to Minnesota, and obviously you do too. 4th season here, and every single year there's been an improvement in the wins total. What's the expectation for a year that's coming off of the COVID concerns, the huge gap in preparing to play?
Well, there's so much unknown out there, right, especially with 2020, and there's so many things going on in our country right now that are way bigger than football.
Sure.
And one thing I'm proud of our football team is they've identified that and they realize that, but there's also a job to do. You know, they've worked really hard to have fun on this football field for 8+1 this season. So we're looking forward to it. We got a lot of work to do. We want to be better today than we were yesterday. That's been the whole thing for the last 4 years. Just find a way to be better today than we were yesterday. Keep changing your best. And after 9 games, we'll look up and see where we're at.
All right, you said it, getting the job done. The first job to get done on this field is going to be taking care of Michigan. So let's talk about it. What would you say are the keys to this matchup here tonight?
Well, first of all, I think whoever wins the turnover battle has the best chance to be able to win. And then when you look at the tackling, you know, coming into the first game with the lack of spring ball and everything that's happened, you watch college football all over the country, and you can see why why a lot of teams could have used that spring ball, right? Especially with the tackling. And then the last part's the explosive plays. There's going to be explosive plays tonight, and whoever wins that battle has the best chance to win. Michigan's really talented. Their quarterback's, once in a decade type player. So we've got to be able to contain him. We've got to be able to tackle really well, and we've got to find a way to put some points on the board.
All right, Coach, we just saw some virtual fans chiming in there. They woke up early. They're cheering you on right now. Do you have a message for them? They're excited for this first game for you guys.
We're just incredibly, their message, I think, to Game Day is we're incredibly grateful. Back-to-back home games, college game day here at the University of Minnesota, who hasn't had it before. Before that Wisconsin game. So it's time to row the boat.
Hey, here's my issue, though. Every time we're here, Reese, it's either snowing or it's like a record cold day, and PJ Fleck said it's all him. Tell the story.
Well, I'm from Chicago. It's just what happens. I mean, not only just at Western Michigan where it snowed.
Right.
Here it snowed last year. Now it's cold. And then also Bowling Green, Northern Illinois, that game, snowy, it was cold. So I guess it's just maybe me.
Yeah, so we blame PJ Fleck, just so you guys know.
We love this weather. This is our north.
Yeah, we love it so much. Thanks for coming, Coach. We appreciate you waking up with us.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming, sports, and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.